Hello and welcome to Tête-à-Tête, France 24's flagship interview show. Our guest today is Yahia Assiri. He's an exile Saudi activist who founded the NGO ALQST for human rights in the United Kingdom, where he lives. He was granted refugee status back in 2017. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you very much, Mark.
So back in May, you filed a lawsuit in the UK against Saudi Arabia over what you describe as cyber attacks against you using the Israeli-made Pegasus and Quadrim spywares. In mid-October, the High Court of London ruled actually that you could have the right to serve the legal claim to Saudi Arabia. Can you tell us why you decided to sue your native country?
Thank you very much. First of all, I have been hacked since 2018, and I was very busy to do the work, and I was expecting the hacking from Saudi Arabia. I was expecting that challenge with the regime because they want to silence everyone. I know I am still making some noise about the violations, and my friends, my colleagues, they have been arrested inside the country and they have been targeted outside. So what's happened to me, it was expected, and aware of the risk that we are taking. However, since 2018, they keep hacked me several times. They used several spywares. Then I noticed that if I keep silent or if I keep busy with the work for the human rights without trying to bring the accountability for the violators, they will keep doing the same. So that I decided to try to bring some accountability to show the world what is the behavior for the Saudi regime and trying also to stop the regime from doing so.
Right. So you have evidence that Saudi Arabia used, especially the Pegasus spyware that was obviously a big scandal a few years ago when a consortium of journalists revealed that it had hacked to phones around the world. Your phone was on the list, your phones actually, because you have several of them. What exactly took place?
First one, in 2018, I received a message. I was very careful about opening any links. But when I received the message, I tried to transfer the message to a spare computer in the office. The spare computer have no information on it, and there's nothing to worry about. When I opened the link, it was about courts suing against me in Saudi Arabia. So I was trying to understand what's going on, but when I opened the link from another device, it just opened the website for the Minister of Interior without seeing the court documents. But they said there's a documents for you. And they put my name, my date of birth, and it was the official website for the Minister of Interior. At that time, I felt the regime will not be stupid that much to hack me with the official website for the government. Then I opened the link from the device at that time. When I opened the link, my device started to looping with Apple logo, then starts looping for a while. Then I switched it off, then on. It's took about 2 minutes, 3 minutes on, then starts looping again. When I contacted several experts like Amnesty Tech and like Frontline Defenders and Citizen Lab, they checked my device and they confirmed that it's have been hacked.
Right. In the lawsuit, you're saying that Saudi officials obtained Pegasus software back in 2017, and that one of the officials in Saudi Arabia who was involved, according to the lawsuit, is Saud bin Abdullah Al-Qahtani, who had several high-level government roles and worked closely with the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. You think that he's the one behind the hacking of your devices and of others?
I think he heavily involved in the situation. Basically, Saud al-Qahtani several times he announced something like he is involved, and in one occasion he asked for a blacklist for people, and he started to gather names for the blacklist people. And in another occasion, there is some leaks. He used his personal email to contact with Italian hacking company, and he said in the email that he used his personal email. He said he's working with the royal court and trying to buy some spyware. So in several occasions that Saud al-Qahtani, it was clear that he's involved. And in this hacking, there's several hints and several things that's dropping the hints about Saud and his involvement.
Right. His name has also been mentioned after the murder of Jamal Khashoggi 6 years ago now in the Saudi consulate in Turkey. At the time of the big scandal, the CEO of the Israeli maker of Pegasus, NSO company, said the company didn't find any evidence that Jamal Khashoggi devices were hacked. But in the lawsuits that you filed, you said that his wife and fiancé had actually been hacked. So is the assumption that his phone had been hacked in order to track him?
I strongly believe Jamal hacked at that time because his fiancé have been hacked, and myself and several people they were in contact with Jamal were hacked at that time. And after the first or after the attempt to hack my mobile in May 2018, after that within a few months they killed Jamal Khashoggi. So I don't think, strongly believe, even if I don't have forensic evidence about that, I strongly believe that Jamal have been hacked because he were closely monitored, and several people around him, including his fiancée, have been hacked. So I don't think he is away from this hacking system.
Right. In addition to spyware, you claim that you have received in the United Kingdom explicit threats. 3 years ago, I believe a knife was found outside your home. I understand your wife and your son were approached and told that if they disagreed with your advocacy, they could get help from the Saudi embassy. I mean, have there been any investigations into those strange incidents?
The government here, first of all, when I talked to the government, they told me to talk to the police. When I talked to the police, they have not taken it seriously, especially when I showed them the messages about the knife. Someone told me, we are waiting you outside the home, and you don't need to call the police, come to discuss things. Then I tweeted it about it. Then they sent me emoji for a knife. Then I found out there's a knife outside the house. When I talked to the police, they sent me someone, and this officer, he told me he will not do any investigation. I asked him to do fingerprint and to check the CCTV around the house, and he refused. And I went to the security company in the area, in the development where I was living, and security told me the police not allow them to show me the CCTV unless if there is permission. Then when I published that in the media, they talked to me, the government, and they said the information from the officer was wrong, and they are doing the investigation. And they told me I don't need to worry, I am safe, and they are aware of everything, and the investigation is ongoing, and they know what's going on, and they will let me know about the investigation. But we are in 2024, and they have not received any information yet.
Right. Since the killing of Jamal Khashoggi had essentially made Saudi Arabia and the Crown Prince a pariah, he's now back from the cold, if I may say. Has the situation of human rights in Saudi Arabia improved? I mean, I looked up the number of executions up to the month of October is the highest total in 30 years.
Yeah, unfortunately, the execution is the highest numbers, and also not just the execution, but the torture. Unfortunately, there is no accountability for people committed severe torture and the sexual harassment behind the bars. The number for the people arrested because their opinion or because of their freedom of expression have been increased. And right now, the freedom of expression is the worst situation ever in our history. We never been a democratic country. We always used to the repression. But the situation right now, since 2017, is keep going from worse to worse. And they paid large amount of money for the PR and trying to normalize the situation with Mohammed bin Salman and trying to keep the relation with the West as normal as before the killing for Jamal Khashoggi. But the human rights situation, it is the worst situation ever. Nobody in the country, nobody at all allowed to say anything except if there is permission from the authority. And they are monitoring people very harshly, very closely for every single tweet, for every single word. And they sentenced people for years and years behind the bars for just single tweets. And it's escalating the sentence in the prisons from 2 years to 5 years. And now we have seen sentence for 50 years, 45 years just for tweets.
Yahia Assiri, I want to thank you very much for appearing here on France 24 from London. And thank you all for watching this edition of Tête à Tête here on France 24.